Hello students, let us continue chapter 1 knowing our numbers. In today's class we will be discussing large numbers in practice. Now in earlier classes you have learned about the unit of length which is centimeter. Centimeter is a unit of length. It is used for measuring lengths such as the length of your pencil or the width of a book or notebooks etc. But if you were to measure the thickness of a pencil, then centimeter will be too big. So for this purpose, we use millimeter, which is smaller than centimeter because 10 millimeters make 1 centimeter. Here you are given the conversion which you need to keep in mind. 10 millimeters is equal to 1 centimeter. Now, if you were to measure the length of your classroom or the school building, then centimeter will be too small. For this purpose, we will use meter. And here 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters, which is equal to 1000 millimeters because 10 millimeter is equal to 1 centimeter. So for 100 centimeter, we will multiply 10 with 100 as well. So we will get 1000 millimeter. So we can say 1 meter is equal to 1000 millimeters. But consider even larger distance. If you were traveling from one city to other and if you need to know the distance between those two cities like Delhi and Mumbai or Chennai and Kolkata, for this we need a larger unit such as kilometer because meter will be too small. And here we are given the conversion of kilometer. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. Now we are asked how many millimeters make 1 kilometer. So 1 meter is equal to 1000 millimeter. We already know that. And 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. Now for making this 1000 meter, we will multiply it with 1000. 1 मीटर है, 1 को 1000 बनाने के लिए 1000 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे. सो वी विल मल्टीप्लाई 1000 millimeter with 1000 again. So when you multiply this, you will get 1 meter is equal to 1000 multiplied by 1000 millimeter. So here you are given that this is equal to 10 lakh millimeter. So how many millimeters make 1 kilometer? 10 lakh millimeters make 1 kilometer. We go to the market to buy rice or wheat. We buy it in kilograms. But consider items like ginger or chili. These are not required in large quantities. So these are bought in grams. And we know that 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. Consider the case of medicine tablets. When they are given to you when you are sick. So their weight is very small. It is in milligrams. So 1 gram is equal to 1000 milligrams. This is the conversion. 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram and 1 gram is equal to 1000 milligrams. These are the unit of weight. Consider the capacity of a bucket for holding water. It is usually written in liters. So consider the capacity of a bucket is 20 liters. That is, this particular bucket can hold 20 liters of water. So capacity is given in liters. But sometimes we need a smaller unit like milliliters. For example, a bottle of hair oil or a cleaning liquid or even a soft drink. They have labels which give the quantity of liquid inside it in milliliters, which is a smaller quantity. Here 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliters. Note that in all these units we have some words common like kilo, milli and centi. You should remember among these kilo is the greatest, be it kilometer or kilogram or you even have kiloliter. Here these are the greatest and milli is the smallest. Kilo shows 1000 times greater. Kilo shows 1000 times greater and milli shows 1000 times smaller. That is 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams and 1 gram is equal to 1000 milligrams. In the similar manner, centi shows 100 times smaller. That is 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Let us now begin exercise 1.2, question number 1. A book exhibition was held for 4 days in a school. The number of tickets sold at the counter on the first, second, third and final day was respectively 1094, 1812, 2050 and 2751. Find the total number of tickets sold on all the 4 days. So in this question, we need to find the total number of tickets sold on the 4 days, and we are given the number of tickets sold on the first, second, third and final day. So on the first day, 1094 tickets were sold. On the second day, 1812 tickets were sold. The number of tickets sold on the third day was 2050, and on the final day, that means the fourth day, 2751 tickets were sold. So सारे days का आपको अलग अलग number of tickets given है. You need to find the total number. Always remember, whenever you need to find the total, you will add. So adding these 4 numbers, you will get the total number of tickets that were sold on all the 4 days. Here we will be performing vertical addition. 4 plus 2, 6, plus 0, 6 again, and plus 1 is 7. So here we have 7 in the ones place, and then 9 plus 1, 10, 10 plus 5 is 15, and 15 plus 5 is 20. So here 0 will be written in the tens place and 2 gets carried forward. So 2 plus 0 is 2 itself, 2 plus 8 is 10, 10 plus 0 again 10, and 10 plus 7 is 17. So here we will write 7 and 1 is carried forward. Again 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 2 is 5 and 5 plus 2 is 7. So here the total number of tickets sold on all the 4 days is 7707. In this way, you need to write the solution in your notebook. Question number 2. Shekhar is a famous cricket player. He has so far scored 6,980 runs in test matches. He wishes to complete 10,000 runs. How many more runs does he need? So in this question, we are told a famous cricket player Shekhar has scored 6,980 runs in test matches. He wants to complete 10,000 runs. Currently he has scored 6,980 और उन्हें कितना complete करना है? 10,000. So the question we are asked is how many more runs does he need, और कितने runs उन्हें score करने हैं so that he can complete 10,000 runs. So we are told that अभी कितने run score किया है? 6,980, and he wishes to complete 10,000 runs. So for this purpose, we will have to subtract 6,980 from 10,000, and whatever the answer will be, that much runs should be scored by him so that he can complete 10,000 runs. Here we are given runs scored by Shekhar, which is equal to 6,980 runs. Runs he wishes to complete is equal to 10,000. So runs he need to score more is equal to 10,000 minus 6,980. So when we subtract, we get 3,020. Hence he needs 3,020 more runs. Question number 3. In an election, the successful candidate registered 5,77,500 votes and his nearest rival secured 3,48,700 votes. By what margin did the successful candidate win the election? From the data given to us, we obviously know that the number of votes secured by the successful candidate is more, which is 5,77,500. This is the number of votes that the successful candidate got and his nearest rival. So, he secured 3,48,700 votes. So, in order to find the margin by which the successful candidate won the election, we will have to subtract 3,48,700 from 5,77,500. So, when you subtract it, the answer you get, that will be the margin the successful candidate won the election by. So, let us see the solution. Here we are given number of votes secured by the successful candidate is equal to 5,77,500. Next we are given number of votes secured by his rival is equal to 3,48,700. So margin by which he won the election is equal to 5,77,500 minus 3,48,700. So when you subtract these two, you will get 2,28,800. Therefore, successful candidate won the election by 2,28,800 votes. In this way, you need to write the solution in your notebook. Question number 4. Kirti Bookstore sold books worth rupees 2,85,891 in the first week of June and books worth 4,768 in the second week of the month. How much was the sale for the 2 weeks together? In which week was the sale greater and by how much? In which week was the sale greater and by how much? So in this question we are given Kirti Bookstore has sold books worth 2,85,891 in the first week of June, and in the second week of June they sold books worth 4,768 rupees. This is the data given to us. So we are asked how much was the sale for the 2 weeks together. So this is for the first week and this is for the second week. In order to calculate the sale for 2 weeks together, we will simply add these two. So when you add these, you will get the sale for 2 weeks together. दोनों का साथ में है तो हम add करेंगे. Next we are asked in which week was the sale greater and by how much. So it is very easy. As you can see, the sale was greater in the second week. The sale was greater in the second week by how much is the question. For that you will have to subtract these two, that is from 4,768 you will have to subtract 2,85,891. So when you subtract these two, you will find by how much was the sale greater. यानी कि यहाँ पे 4,768 is greater than 2,85,891. But by how much? What is the number by which the sale was greater? For that you need to subtract these two, and when you will subtract, you will find the answer that by how much rupees was the sale greater. Since we have discussed question number 4 in detail, it is very simple to solve. You just need to add these two in order to find the total sale of 2 weeks, and for finding that how much was the sale greater in second week, you need to subtract these two. That is, you need to subtract 2,85,891 from 4,07,68. So question number 4 is homework for you. You need to solve this question on your own and write the proper solution in your notebook. Question number 5. Find the difference between the greatest and the least 5-digit number that can be written using the digits 6, 2, 7, 4, 3 each only once. So in this question we are given 5 different digits 6, 2, 7, 4 and 3. And we need to use each of these number only once and form the greatest and the least 5-digit number. So for finding the greatest 5-digit number using these digits, consider the largest digit among this, which is 7. So first we will write 7. The second largest digit is 6. After that we have 4, then 3 and 2. So here we have arranged these different digits in descending order. Descending order में arrange करने के बाद हमें greatest 5-digit number मिल गया that can be written using these 5 digits. Next, you need to find the least 5-digit number. For that, just arrange them in ascending order. The smallest will come first. So here 2 is the smallest, the second smallest is 3, then comes 4, then 6 and then 7. That is the reverse of this number. So you need to find the difference. For difference we will subtract. So when you subtract 23,467 from 76,432. So in this way you can find the difference between these two digits. So simply subtract it and whatever the answer may be, that will be the difference. Let us see the solution to find out the difference. Here the digits given are 6, 2, 7, 4 and 3. Greatest 5-digit number will be 76,432 and smallest, that is least 5-digit number, is equal to 23,467. In the question we are asked to find the difference. Difference between the two numbers is equal to 76,432 minus 23,467. So when you will subtract, you will get the difference. Therefore, the difference between the two numbers is 52,965. In this way, you need to write the solution in your notebook. Question number 6. A machine on an average manufactures 2,825 screws a day. How many screws did it produce in the month of January 2006? So in this question we are given that on an average there is a machine that manufactures 2,825 screws a day. एक दिन में इतने screws manufacture होते हैं. So 2006 जनवरी महीने में कितने screws manufacture हुए होंगे? This is the question. So first of all we need to find the number of days in January, and we all know that there are 31 days in the month of January, and for one day on an average 2,825 screws are manufactured. So on 31 days you will multiply this with 2,825. एक दिन में अगर 2,825 है तो 31 days के लिए we will multiply these two, and whatever the answer may be, that much screws were produced in the month of January 2006. According to the question, the number of screws manufactured in a day is equal to 2,825. Since January month has 31 days, number of screws manufactured in January will be equal to 31 multiplied by 2,825. Now when you multiply these two, you will get the answer as 87,575. Hence, machine produced 87,575 screws in the month of January 2006. So in this way, you need to write the solution in your notebook.